Ron DeSantis' culture wars might be winning in Florida, but he may fall flat if he runs for president. Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins joins me to talk about this. Farron, you know, we both, I think, land in the same place here. This is just a remake of the Lee Atwater, Donald Segretti, Ronald Reagan, Bush 1 culture wars, right? I mean, this is just like, I mean, what he's doing is to convey the same thing that Ronald Reagan conveyed when he launched his president's run in Philadelphia, Mississippi. They were so backwoods and so out of it. I mean, just absolute racist center that they didn't even join the Confederacy. They didn't think the Confederacy was extreme enough for them.
Yeah, and you know, for a big Hollywood guy like Reagan to come in and pick this small Mississippi town to do it, it was very calculated. Mm-hmm. And DeSantis, I think, is, you know, he's not a stupid guy by any stretch.
No, he's not.
He's dangerously smart.
Yeah.
And he's kind of taken that same thing and brought it to modern times. And recently, of course, with the blocking of the AP African American Studies course, he's kind of put it on steroids to the point where, one, he's likely to end up sued. You've got, you know, legendary civil rights lawyer Benjamin Crump working on this.
And he'll win this suit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already precedent to win this lawsuit.
There is. And so he faces that trouble. The problem is, even if they win that lawsuit, the public's not going to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
It will be that DeSantis did it, that he got his initial victory. And the people in this state, and I cannot stress this enough, the people in Florida love him.
Well, they absolutely do. As a matter of fact, people are moving to Florida.
Yeah.
I saw a number where it was like, just like a fraction of a percentage of people moving to Florida are registering Democrat.
We've had, I think, like almost 1 million Republicans move to Florida in the last 4 years is what I've seen.
Well, they're coming out of the big cities. They're confronted with dysfunction in the big cities in their mind. And obviously it is. There's some reason they're coming here. They like the idea of DeSantis' culture war, whether it's, you know, people may look at it and say, that idiot. You know, what a stupid thing to do. What does he know? He knows it worked for Ronald Reagan. Yeah. He knows it worked for George Bush 1. You remember the welfare queen thing?
Yep.
That was an extension of Lee Atwater's and Donald Segretti's idea to turn the country up on its head in culture wars. And that division is happening right now in this country, stronger than probably it's ever been. But I mean, the obvious is there's absolutely zero justification for saying that an AP course on African American history can't be taught. You can go around it 1,000 ways and say why. You know, is next it's going to be women's studies? We can't have a course on women's studies. We can't have a course on Native American studies. I mean, this is where this goes if you really land it. Look, Crump is a very good friend of mine, okay? He's a good lawyer. He understands his chances of winning this are very, very high. So I think that's where it's going to land. But for people to say, oh, he's an idiot, they're the idiot if they don't understand what this guy's up to. It's one thing to call names and say, what an idiot, but if you don't analyze what's really happening, you might be the idiot.
Well, see, and that's, I think, a big problem, not just here in Florida, but just all over the country with politics in general, is you got your folks up in New York that do their cable news show. You got the folks in D.C. on the Insider Beltway. They look at this guy and they say, wow, he's an idiot. Florida, y'all are idiots. Yeah. But you come down here, actually travel through these red states. Yes. I travel through them all the time. I was just in Tennessee.
Yes.
They love this. And that is what, you know, the people in these mindsets of I'm the professional politico. I know. Y'all don't understand it because you're not seeing it every day like we do.
We get it on a comment page. People say, you know, they'll look at this, well, he's a loser, he's an idiot. Because they don't take the time. They don't know the history. Most people don't know the history of Lee Atwater.
Yeah.
They don't know the history of Donald Segretti and Richard Nixon and how he put these folks together to do these cultural dirty tricks. And then Ronald Reagan wins for president. George Bush 1 wins for president, solely based on the type of culture war that he's trying to promote here.